Where everyone demands your trust, we prefer to give you ours. Aryabhatta Learning Forum Private Limited.
Integral rate expressions. First to discuss about zero order H. Zero order VX. First, of course, reactant gives rise to the product. Initiative means equal to 0 at time 0. Reacted the A product is done. After theta means after t seconds, out of A, some X conjugate. X conjugate means A minus X. So product means some next stop. Now rate. It is a zero reaction. So rate equal to K into concentration power 0. Rate equal to K into concentration power J. In 0 order X power relative 0. So rate takes 6 AX by D is equal to K into concentration means you have to take a concentration after T. Initial T type after what is the concentration? A minus 6. So A minus 6 1 comma 0. So dx by dt is equal to K. So dx is equal to K dt. Now I can integrate both sides. So dx is integral dx equal to x. A integral dt. So x equal to kt plus c sub constant. Here we have a question. They give x and type and k. Seal the constant. We only about the part. So we have to find this constant in terms of x, t and t. So I am taking here at the time 0, at t0. At time 0, x equal to 0. Why? Because initial x is what happens? Reactant or reactant conjugate. So initially it is conjugate, not conjugate, not conjugate. So x is 0. Now substitute x equal to 0 is equal to k into 0 plus c. So 0 is equal to c. So c value, how much we are getting? 0. Now what is the equation now? Because x is equal to kd. So k equal to x by t. Is now to solve application set in NEET or JEE. This part is it. This is just for board edge orders. After data purpose, you have to remember this part. A equal to x star. Yeah, that is simple. K is the rate constant. What x indicates? X is the reactant reacted in how much time? T. This is K equal to x by. For suppose graph is asked, x versus time. X versus time, what is the graph coming? This is a y-axis. So y equal to time on x-axis. X. So y equal to mx. Y equal to mx means that how the line will come here. The line passes through the horizon. And again slope. It is angle theta, okay. Slope is equal to tan theta. That is equal to what is the object? Okay. This is. Now we discuss about another graph also very familiar. Just see last practice. I could take it here. First of x is the reactant. First of all, take it initially reactant is initially reactant concentration is taken. Initial reactant concentration taken as some after t time. After t time, reactant concentration is some 80. So x equal what is our thing? X is a reactant. So initially we started here. Now it is 8. The difference is called as x. So x equal to a naught minus 80. But now substitute here. A equal to a naught minus 80 by t. So I want the graph at 80 versus t. This concentration of the T10, that's a spec. This graph I want here. So you can convert it. KT is equal to A naught minus AT. I want the AT. AT is equal to what is up there? A naught minus T. So here the graph they can ask it. Concentration, which concentration is AT, right? AT, that's the stack. AT has 6 time each and what do you graph up? This is on y-axis. This time on the x-axis. So y equal to what is up? Minus mx plus c. Y equal to minus mx plus. So intercept is positive. So intercept the lag pass here. And slope is what happens? Negative. Slope negative means line comes down. Slope positive means most upward. Here the slope will be negative. So this is the actually this graph is the special for a zero. Because concentration, AT means what happens? Concentration of the key. Concentration was zero key for zero order only likes. For remaining any order reaction, it is concentration versus time. How the graph should be like this. But only for the zero order, what it also concentration of 10 graph will be linear bit. This year, Tokyo to this is first peak, this is the position again. Concentration versus key time. Or simply here, this graph is mental, this is which order. Which order reaction? Zero order reaction. This is the specialty of the zero order reaction. Now, we discuss the applications. Applications of the zero order reaction. Means, for solving applications, you have to remember this K. This is expression K equal to expert. Now, suppose the applications greater than 1 node, half-life. The question like ask half-life means half of the reactant or 25%. T25% is 25% of reactant or T 100% means 100% of reactant bulk. Like that they will ask. First year, whatever the order explain, that is a zero order, the first order, the second order. First question is mentioned 50%, 22%, 70%. What we have the sub means this way. For some given T 50%, or they can give as T half. What it is needed? Half of the reactant is consumed. Time required to consume half of the reactant. Half of the reactant means here already we started what is X? X is the reactant consumed. So here the half mention pins. Half of the reactant will do it means X is equal to half of the reactant how much? A half conjugate. Half conjugate means what you can substitute X equal to here. You have the substitute X equal to here. This is for it was 50%. For suppose T 25% is or this is the reptile race T 1 by 4. Is the meaning what is it? You say half of the reactant or you can write as 50% of reactor there. 50% of reactor. You know, so T 25%. T 25% is 25% of reactant or 1/4 is so 25% means X is equal to A by 4. Or suppose we have 75%. You can guess this so easy. Or this is T 3 by 4. T 75% means what meaning? 75% of reactant. Yeah. So it's looking out. X is equal to what is up? 75% conjugates what up X? 3A by 4. 75% is 3 by 4. X equal to 3A time. Now you can substitute. For so what are there? For about T 90% loss. It's what I'm meaning 90% of reactant turn. This is just a basic. We can apply upon any order way. Okay. Now we'll discuss this comfort. 0. 0. Half. Next. 0 order get half life. Also half life. This is represents T half of T 50%. And what you can substitute? Half of the reactant conjugate X equal to A right way. T becomes T. Substitute K is equal to, in a space what you are substituting? A by 2 without a substitute. A by 2. T plus what is substitute? T 1 by 2. So T half equal to what is up? T half is equal to A1 to K. T half is equal to A1. Half term is equal to A by 2. A is what happens? Initial reaction. A is the red box. This is the way application. Also T 25%. You can apply because of question asked me T 25%. This is per T 1 by T 25% means what would substitute plus of X? What would substitute plus of X? X is equal to 25% of reactor reacted. Is the way X is equal to A by 4. And substitute X equal to A by 4 and T returns T 1 by 4. Substitute A is equal to A by 4 by T 1 by 4. So T 1 by 4 equal to A by 4 T. Like it, whatever asked here, this of Sheila X and Aryabhatta. Now here, applications. Applications in what may they ask the questions? In zero. What are the shortcuts written? Suppose. Yes. In a zero order. Question is much. Question mentioned. Before that. Yes, this half-life logical sequence writing. Actually, to solve the question, this logic is not required in G of that. But you have to know T half is proportional to half-life is proportional to F. Half-life is proportional to Aries. So initially, reactant 100 molar, 100 molar becomes 50 molar. It's half conjugate. So this half conjugate carries some T seconds take. Now 50 to half, how much? 20 levels. How much time takes this? Half length is proportional to concentration. At 100 molar, T seconds time it takes. At 50 molar, how much time takes? Concentration half. Concentration half comes, half life also what happens? Become half. So 100 to keep it T seconds time taken is keep it to how much time takes it? T by T. Keep it 2 seconds of time. First, half life is proportional to half. Suppose 25 in this 12 point. You know how much time takes? Again, you get concentration half. So half that is again half. So what happens? T by 4 like this. This is T part of this 0 that takes. Now application you can start. Application, it's very basic question. The question is mentioned that here 0 order reaction. Push takes. It is 0 of reaction. Here 0 of reaction. Reactant P. And then 0 of ASC. Initial concentration of the reactant is initial concentration of reactant is 10 molar. Okay. In 20 seconds, concentration of reactant becomes this question asks, what is the time required to change the concentration from 6 molar record 4 molar yes, 6 molar to 4 molar, 6 molar to adjust like a sauce. Actually, here this is the main question. Physical ratios type questions. Is the question, what is the time required to change in concentration from 6 molar to 4 mole? This is so to solve the question, we have to remember this is A equal to x by t. So here to solve this question, what is required time was A equal to x by I was to solve the question what are A. So here short it what occurs here? Here above one data is given. Then we take a sheet. Above that what is the K is equal to changing concentration 10 molar to 8 molar. Well change 10 minus 8 takes how much time? 20 seconds. Okay. Next again this equation they be K is equal to what is the change? 8 to 6. 8 minus 6 by what is the time asked? So take ratio and a taking ratio means what are these? Is a cancel so why of that etc. This is equal to 2 by this or 2 by t. You can write estimates. This equal to simplification means t by 2. Just take a cancel. So 1 is equal to t by 2. So t equal almost to what? Is it t by 20? So I put how much after here? 20 seconds.